Some wood survives for centuries, while ours fails in years, and that should bother you. There is a quiet mystery hidden in plain sight across the world. In Japan, the Horyuji temple still stands, its central wooden pillar cut from a tree felled in the year 594. In Scandinavia, Viking longships crossed the North Atlantic coated in nothing more than black pine tar, surviving saltwater, storms, and shipworms. Across Europe, medieval timber houses and stave churches still stand, their wooden frames older than entire modern cities. Meanwhile, a brand new deck built today can begin rotting before the warranty expires. That contrast isn't nostalgia, it's evidence. Somewhere along the way, we forgot how wood was meant to last. If this kind of forgotten knowledge matters to you, just take a second to like the video, share it with someone who builds things with their hands, drop a comment about the fastest piece of wood you've ever seen fail, and subscribe to WARFRONT Survival so this history doesn't stay buried. Modern wood is grown fast, treated fast, and, well, expected to fail. The core problem starts in the forest. Ancient builders worked with slow-grown trees. Those trees produced dense heartwood, the dead inner core filled over decades with natural preservatives like tannins and phenols. Heartwood resists rot because fungi and insects struggle to digest it. Modern lumber is the opposite. It comes from fast-grown plantations harvested young, producing boards dominated by sapwood. Sapwood is soft, sugar-rich, and biologically alive. To fungi, it is food. To compensate, modern industry turned to chemical pressure treatment. For decades, cremated copper arsenate worked brutally well. It also poisoned soil, leached toxins, and turned backyard projects into environmental hazards. When arsenic was phased out, copper-heavy alternatives replaced it. These corrode fasteners fail in wet environments and still don't match the lifespan of historical wood. We traded natural durability for chemical dependence, and, well, the results speak for themselves. The Vikings solved rot with fire, smoke, and patience. Real pine tar was produced by slowly cooking pine stumps and roots in oxygen-starved kilns, rendering out a thick, resin-rich liquid packed with antiseptic compounds. Pine tar works because it repels water and poisons decay organisms at the same time. It soaks into wood fibres and creates an environment where fungi cannot survive. That same technology protected docks, roofs, and fortifications across northern Europe for centuries. Japan preserved wood by burning it on purpose. The technique known as yakisugi involves carefully charring the surface of wooden planks. Fire destroys the soft cellulose layer insects and fungi rely on, leaving behind carbon. That carbon layer is water-resistant, insect-repellent, UV-stable, and, well, paradoxically more fire-resistant than raw wood. Once oiled, charred wood can last a century or more with minimal upkeep. It is not a coating, it is a transformation. Europe combined oil, wax and resin into a complete system. Boiled linseed oil penetrated deep, soaking into the cellular structure of the wood. As it cured, it polymerized into a hardened solid inside the fibers themselves. This wasn't surface protection, it changed the wood from the inside. Over that, craftsmen applied beeswax, often dissolved in turpentine, creating a hydrophobic outer barrier that repelled water before it could enter. Scientific analysis of medieval repairs at Stavanger Cathedral confirmed exactly this blend: pine tar, resin, beeswax and mineral fillers. These weren't guesses, they were working formulas proven over centuries. The real secret was never one ingredient, but how they worked together. Pine tar provides antiseptic protection and water resistance. Linseed oil carries that protection deep into the wood and then hardens in place. Beeswax seals the surface and sheds water before it ever penetrates. This creates a flexible, breathable system that moves with the wood instead of cracking like modern varnishes. It protects from the inside out and the outside in at the same time. When water can't stay inside wood, rot cannot begin. When fungi can't feed, decay stops. When UV is absorbed instead of reflected, fibers don't break down. This is material science developed without laboratories, refined through survival and time. This knowledge still works because wood hasn't changed. At a microscopic level, wood is still a bundle of hollow fibres. Modern finishes try to trap it under brittle shells. Ancient finishes worked with that structure, filling it, reinforcing it, and sealing it intelligently. That's why a medieval beam can outlive a modern deck built with better tools and worse understanding. If you care about building things that last longer than you do, this matters. It applies to shelters, tools, storage, fencing, boats, and anything exposed to weather. These methods are not nostalgic. They are practical, proven, and available right now. You know, the past already solved the problem we keep failing to fix. Wood doesn't need to be disposable. It needs to be respected. The Vikings didn't dominate the seas because they had better steel. They dominated because their wood survived. Japanese temples didn't endure because of luck. They endured because their builders understood how nature defends itself and copied it. If you want more deep-dive survival history like this, go ahead and subscribe to WARFRONT Survival. Share this with someone who still builds instead of buys. And, well, leave a comment with the project you want to make last a lifetime. The knowledge is still here. It only disappears if we stop using it.